Hi there.
How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, thanks.
Good. Reason we come out here, you've
Yeah.
been seen on camera taking certain pictures
Yeah.
around Ministry of Defence,
Yeah.
one of which is the simplex lock on the car park, and also the cameras on the main building.
Right.
Can you ask the reason for that?
I'm just making a video.
Of
The new Scotland Yards, MOD.
okay, can we have a look at the footage that you've taken of the Ministry of Defence?
No, I'm afraid not, no.
Right, under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act 2000, we are able to view footage.
I wouldn't suggest, what's the need for that?
Right, just as my colleague was saying, we just spotted you on camera, you were filming just various parts of it. I think that one of the things that was most concerned was the lock of the thing.
I wasn't even aware of any lock, to be fair. It's innocent filming. We don't need to do this Section 43 route. Like, we can have a chat about it. This isn't anything hostile or anything like that.
That's what we want to do. It's basically,
Yeah, but it's an infringement of my rights though if you do that.
well, it's not really an infringement of your rights. We're having a chat because of you've been seen to take certain footage of certain sensitive areas of the Ministry of Defence building.
But this is all from a public place.
Yeah, but why would you be looking at the lock on the South Car Park?
To be fair, I didn't have no concentrated concerted effort looking at no lock. Like, there wasn't a...
Okay, well, we wouldn't know that unless,
Here's where the tension starts to rise. The officer mentions Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. That's serious. It gives police power to search if they reasonably suspect a person's involved in terrorism. But so far, the filmer's just taking pictures.
unless we sort of
You can't take my word for
Would you
it.
mind speaking up? The sound
I'm sure this gentleman can hear us. Okay.
I can hear you.
So it's not a question of taking your word for it. We need to satisfy.
You don't need
our-
to.
Well, we do, because we've been called out here specifically because the control room operator, you've seen what you've been up to there. It's obviously aroused a bit of concern from their point of view as to why you're doing.
So what do you think I'm doing? Like, why do you think I'm doing
I
it?
don't know. That's where we're having the chat.
Could you tell us why you're filming it?
I don't need
why
to
are you
have a
making
reason. I
video?
don't need to. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, move out of the way.
I'm just making a video. It's for a matter of public interest.
Okay.
The public are interested in such things. I'm not interested in any security arrangements. This is passive filming. That's all. There's no more to it than that.
You're more than. It's your entitlement to take video or pictures.
Thank you.
But from our point of view, you can appreciate this is the government security zone. You've got a lot of sensitive buildings here. We have had several terrorist attacks very close by, and so from the police's security point of view, they're very concerned about what they call hostile reconnaissance, where somebody might be making notes, taking pictures or footage of sensitive areas, cameras, etc., which might be of benefit.
This back and forth is key. The officer says filming could help hostile reconnaissance. The filmer pushes back, rightly noting if someone wanted to plan an attack, they'd hardly stand here openly with a camera. You can hear the logic clash between freedom and fear.
If someone were to be carrying out a criminal...
I think that would be done covertly, though. Hostile
Well,
reconnaissance.
not necessarily, no. It's done in all different sorts of ways.
So do you think that this is an act of hostile reconnaissance?
Well, I don't know.
Well, you need to go based on what you do know. I don't feel like the threshold's been met to make any sort of claim to hostile reconnaissance. Not at this moment, anyway.
Right, the threshold is we can't, we don't know what the footage is. So if we view the footage, then we can satisfy ourselves whether it is or it isn't.
But we're having a conversation.
That's our point.
I'm making assurances. I'm letting you know that I haven't had
And
any.
you're satisfied it is that person.
I haven't had a vested interest in any of the security
Like I say,
arrangements.
that's your word. I don't know you. You don't know.
No, but
me.
this isn't a police state. Not everyone's an unknown risk. Like,
It's not a police state. It's a
Yeah.
democratic,
absolutely,
free and transparent.
it's a
society.
free society.
But
So
that doesn't then give people carte blanche to commit criminal acts.
I'm not committing a criminal act.
I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying that within any free democratic society, there are guidelines, rules, or regulations.
and there are no rules or regulations that prohibit me taking photos from a public place.
There aren't, but then we need to be satisfying ourselves that those photographs, that footage, isn't something more sinister. And the only way we could do that is by seeing what sort of
But some intel has just come through, so you've just identified me.
Okay.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. So yeah, is this for a YouTube channel or something like that? So
Yeah.
You're filming the interaction that's going on here.
Yeah.
So is that what it is? So you're trying to film?
Well, yeah.
I suppose the subsequent stuff after the initial bit. You want to film the police
Yeah,
reaction.
the idea is to gauge the reaction from the authorities and see if they're going to respect my rights to film. So if we can,
Absolutely. I would absolutely respect anyone,
Thank you,
including
thank you.
your, you know, like you said, we live in a free, transparent, democratic society. But like I've said, the flip side of that is we need to protect everyone within that society to be able to go about their lawful business without fear of potential terrorist attacks, criminal acts.
Now we see a shift. The officer acknowledges the man's filming for YouTube. Suddenly, it's not about terrorism, it's about public accountability. The conversation turns from suspicion to understanding.
Activity. The only way we can do that to satisfy ourselves is by looking at the footage.
I can't. I think we can come to a resolution without that.
Well, not really,
without that
because
channel.
we don't know what you've taken. So,
I don't even know what I've taken, to be honest.
well, if we could both look through it together, and then you could refresh your memory, and we could satisfy ourselves that there's no untoward behaviour. And
There isn't, but I don't want
to.
to. I don't want to compromise my right. The whole point is it's a civil rights thing.
Well, you won't be compromising your right because you're not. At this moment, you're not detained. You're not in any way.
Yeah, but I'm in a public place. I don't have to account or satisfy that I'm not here for criminal activity. Do you understand? Like,
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Try and see where we're coming from as well. Yeah, we're here to do. We're trying to keep everyone safe. That includes yourselves, includes the people that work in this building. So, what my colleagues, he's right in what he's saying there. Obviously, you were filmed, and it was a bit odd. It looked like you were filming. Particularly, I remember the lock on the gate was mentioned, which is a secure car park towards New Scotland Yard.
why is it so easily accessible? Like, if it's so secure, like you should have barriers that stop members of the public just kind of walking through there and taking
so
photos.
that is MOD land, so it's not public land. That part, it's actually MOD land.
But the pit, I was
implied access. You're right. Yeah. Implied access. So as you're saying, yeah, you're filming. As it were, in a public area.
But like, you've identified me, like, you know, you probably know my name, like, you know who I am.
So yeah, well, just so yeah, what is your name? Don't mind me asking. Then.
I'm not going to give it, but I assume that it come through on the radio.
Yeah, but I want to just make sure
It will be the same person. I'd rather you
I'm not
wouldn't say it,
I've not met you before.
because obviously under data protection you can't say my name in public. But it probably will be that same name.
I'm just going to wait to see what.
But if we can come to some sort of resolution without me having to show you the footage, without me being detained, I think both of us will look better for it.
Yeah, you're not detained, like my colleague said, you're not detained or anything.
Yeah,
like
I know. But I'm not going to consensually let you go through the phone.
Okay.
That's my position. Like, I'm not trying to be difficult.
If it's public land, why can't someone?
It's not public land, that's MOD land.
Okay.
But you have got implied access, but MOD do reserve the right to obviously revoke that access.
Is this public land?
This is public land.
Where we were was also public.
Outside New Scotland Yard, yeah.
So truly you think it was well within your right to film?
That's right, yeah. Again, I suppose it's a bit...
Notice the tone from both sides. Despite the legal tension, neither's being aggressive. This kind of mutual respect is rare in police audits, and it's why the situation doesn't spiral out of control.
of a grey area due to the sensitivity of the building. Naturally, they're going to ask questions and prompt the reasons as to why we're here, what we're filming. They're saying that we had a concerted interest in, was it the lock you mentioned?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, that's what I remember being told was a lock.
Yeah, so they're a little bit concerned about me allegedly filming the lock to the MOD. So we're just trying to find a resolution. Again, this is a civil rights movement, so I can't just consensually show them the phone, give them details. As you know, we're not here for any hostile purpose, but due to the nature of what we're doing, I wouldn't be doing my job if I was to simply comply. And you can appreciate that, right?
No, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I understand completely, mate. But I appreciate what you said to your friend here. That you can kind of see where we're coming from as well. We've got
But we can have a chat. We can have a chat about it.
Yeah,
You've identified me.
That's what we're doing, and that's why, ideally, obviously we'd like to just resolve it through a conversation, which is why my colleague did ask if he could essentially have a look at it, because then that kind of speeds things up, and he can satisfy his need to do
So
it.
you want to look at his footage?
that's a negative.
My colleague is I say, yeah.
Under what section?
Let me. I need to make a call.
Inevitably, it will be Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, where they have to reasonably suspect the person of being involved in terrorist.
It's basically like our control room has seen you taking footage of pretty much the whole building line, also down the south ramp.
Yeah.
Which is looking into. Yeah, that's sort of a little bit. I would suggest excessive for just doing.
Who constitutes what's excessive? This is all it can all be seen from public.
Well, it can, right, from our point of view.
Google Earth could capture all those same images.
Yeah, it could do. I'm sure it can do.
Here's an important legal moment. The officer admits photography alone isn't grounds for a search. That's a direct quote from the Met's own guidance. This small acknowledgement completely changes the power dynamic.
From our point of view, we need to satisfy ourselves that there is nothing untoward. And the only way we could do that is by you showing the footage.
Okay, I'm not prepared to do that.
There is legislation in place that would compel you to show us that footage.
But you haven't met the required threshold for a Section 43 search.
Well, what is the required threshold?
There's photography guidance on the Met Police website that says photography in itself is not grounds for a search. So it's just something you need to consider. If you want to launch with that, it's certainly something I would consider. Again, I feel like we can find a resolution without the need to do that.
What is your suggestion?
My suggestion is just to, take my words. Obviously, I've been identified.
Right, okay.
So I'm not affiliated to any such terrorism or anything like that. I'm not here to breach the security of the HQ.
When you say you've been identified, are you known to police then?
Yeah, I suppose. For doing what I'm doing, not for anything untoward.
Not suggesting that.
I'm not an angel, but
well, yeah, we're all human beings.
Yeah.
Right, so you are known to police on the PNC. You'd be known on PNC.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to take control?
Well, they asked me in the ring.
So again, I don't need to satisfy anything. To be fair, I'm in a public place. Some people could call this like soft auditing, or maybe I'm doing more than what I need to. But listen, whatever, they got a job to do as well. I want to try to do this in a mature, grown-up way. Find a resolution that's going to satisfy each party. Again, I could just exercise my right to not speak. I don't need to account for my filming or my presence in a public place. That being said, these guys have been friendly, so I see no reason as to why I can't offer them some explanation. Some intelligence has already been they've been already made aware of some intelligence. They've identified me. So you do realise I don't need to account for anything. I don't need to assist you. I don't need to. I could just stay silent. But because you've been polite,
you can do, sir. You've got the right to silence, but you've also got to understand from our point of view, because of the job we do, you cannot expect police throughout the UK to take somebody's word for something, because if that was the case, no crime would be solved, no crime would be investigated. I'm not suggesting for one moment that I suspect you of a crime.
Good.
What I'm trying to do, ascertain, is what are the pictures, what the images you've taken, and why you've taken them. That's all it is. And once we can ascertain that, if we saw the footage or the pictures, that there was no suspicious nature to them, then you're free to carry on and enjoy your day. But from our point of view, we need to satisfy any suspicions. That's why we've been called out here.
Sure.
And it's not just us, it's the police control room that's seen you on camera. It's raised their suspicions enough to call my colleague and myself out to have a chat with you.
I understand, but obviously I've offered you the courtesy of an explanation. I've engaged.
Yeah.
When I'm within my right not to do so.
And I've reciprocated.
Of course.
By courteously asking you if I could see the footage.
I know, but again, this is what I'm doing is an act of I'm exercising my civil rights. For me to kind of comply, I don't feel like I've done anything wrong. So for me to just comply and show you the footage would be me compromising my rights. Does that make sense?
Well, not really, no. Because if I was out and about taking pictures, the police officer said, what pictures you're taking, and if they explain, you know, if you're taking pictures of the buildings over there, that's not an issue because it's the Ministry of Defence. You know.
You can hear the officer explaining why they can't just take someone's word. It's procedural, but the filmer's right too. In a democracy, the burden of proof must come before suspicion, not after it. Both sides make valid points here.
Cameras, entrances, exits, combination locks.
But what could I possibly do with this footage? Like, I don't understand.
It could be footage that could be of value to someone who has got more sinister
motives
or intentions.
But those,
you know, that's not for us to comment. All we can do is comment on the footage or the pictures that we've seen, and if we're satisfied that that's not suspicious, then that's the end of the matter.
I see.
Yeah. So.
All right, they're going to deliberate now. More information has been passed through control, so.
Do you think it's legal what they're doing, Coley?
Oh, they haven't done anything yet. They haven't done anything yet. It would be illegal for them to use Section 43 power to search my phone, because in order to use Section 43, you need to reasonably suspect that someone is here for terrorist purpose. Reasonable suspicion is based on objective grounds. Objective basis kind of pertains to facts, things they already know. So, for example, if I've been identified as someone that was affiliated with terrorism, that would be the objective basis.
Right, okay, so yeah, I spoke to my colleague. I'm happy that so yeah, we believe we've identified you, Coley Burks.
Yep.
I believe you're police officer, you've got your own YouTube channel.
Yep.
As you are filming this interaction here, I believe that is your intention to what you're doing.
Yes.
So I've kind of steered away from the Section 43.
Excellent.
Okay, but just to let you know, we will be doing an intelligence report submission to account for this interaction that's happened here. So if you were to be doing it again, I'd often find that
Don't get so close.
What's up with the firearm there?
Yeah.
Other officers might find that suspicious in itself as well.
Sorry, I don't mean to
All right?
but could you speak?
I'm sorry.
This isn't a photo shoot. Like, they're trying to do a job. Like,
Help the whole interaction legally. This will also help you. So
Alex,
raise
I
your
think
voice.
you explained.
I've explained, as long as
basically
you're happy
that's
and you
what's going
understand
to
it.
happen.
I'm happy with
And
that.
like my colleague said, another officer
Yeah.
that you come across, they might approach it slightly differently.
Okay.
And like my colleague said, that you're on camera here because we've got loads of security cameras. There'll be an intel report going forward.
Yeah.
So you know you'll be on a system available for police briefings, but
Understood.
we appreciate you're one of this number of
Quote unquote auditors. Yeah.
yeah.
So there
Whatever
will
that
be
means.
Section 43 use today.
No.
Not at this moment.
Today.
Control till defend the unit, just for your awareness. There is further more police to be ordered outside.
There's more police auditors, were they?
Apparently, yeah.
God, you lot are busy today, man.
But yeah, and we appreciate. I know you said earlier you understand where we're coming from. Obviously, you are in the government security zone.
Yeah.
The threat level is increased at the minute.
We're on severe now, basically.
And that's the resolution. No arrest, no search. The officer confirms they'll file an intelligence note, and the cameraman walks away with his footage intact. This is how a civil audit should end. Firm on rights, calm in tone.
Terrorism trend severe. That's the main reason. I think the only thing that remains to be said is beautiful day.
Yeah,
Enjoy the
thank
rest
you.
of your day.
Thanks. Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
You just had something come through on the radio.
Yeah.
Something about other police auditors.
I can't.
You
say-
can't divulge.
No, it's
Understood.
what's come over the radio.
Fair enough.
It's,
All right.
police ears, unfortunately.
Could I ask you both to identify, please?
Yeah, I'm PC 2099, Ministry of Defence Police,
Yep.
based at main building there.
Yep. And
Yeah, 2105.
what does OFC stand for?
Operational Firearms Command.
Understood. All right, gents. Well, thanks. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Safe,
Yeah.